Hi friends, this is Miss K. Today we have a new Matt and Molly story. Our new story is called One Cold Fish. Let's start with our Matt and Molly song. Repeat after me. Matt and Molly, Matt and Molly, language time, language time. Listen and look, listen and look. Here we go, here we go. All right. What do you think our story is about? One cold fish. I too think it's about a fish, friends. Let's take a look at our first picture. Can you describe this to me? I see Molly, and there looks like there's some movement going on, and Matt, and he's moving, and the fish is moving, and look at their faces. Matt and Molly are shivering. Their pet fish is shivering too. They are cold, cold, cold. What do you think will happen next, friends? Let's take a look at our next picture. Can you describe this picture to me, friends? It looks like Molly has put a green hat on, and she's smiling now. Matt still doesn't look happy. He's still shaking, and so is the fish. Molly puts a hat on her head. She feels much warmer now. Oh no! Matt and the fish are still cold. Look, Matt and the fish are still shivering. Do you know what it means to shiver, friends? It's when your body is cold and you shake to get warmer. What do you think might happen next, friends, after this? Let's take a look at our next picture. Describe this picture to me. Matt is putting on a hat. Matt and Molly look happy. They're both smiling. The fish is still shivering. Let's see. Matt puts a hat on his head. He feels much warmer now. Oh no, the fish is still cold. What do you think will happen next, friends? Let's look at our next picture. Describe this picture. Molly puts a hat on the fish bowl. Look, you can see the fish is now smiling. Matt and Molly have huge smiles on their face. Molly gets an idea. She puts a hat on top of the fish's bowl. The fish feels much warmer now. Everyone is warm and happy. We are going to review or repeat our story, friends. Start with picture number 1. Matt and Molly are shivering. Their pet fish is shivering too. They are cold, cold, cold. Molly puts a hat on her head. She feels much warmer now. Oh no! Matt and the fish are still cold. Matt puts a hat on his head. He feels much warmer now. Oh no! The fish is still cold. Molly gets an idea. She puts a hat on top of the fish's bowl. The fish feels much warmer now. Everyone is warm and happy. See their faces? Friends, it's time for our yes and no questions. Remember, this is yes and this is no. Is Molly in this story, friends? Yes, Molly is in this story. Is Matt in this story, friends? Yes, Matt is in this story, friends. Is a dog in this story, friends? No, Is a cat in this story? No. Is a fish in this story? Yes. Are Matt, Molly, and the fish cold? Yes. Does Molly put a boot on her head? No. Does Molly put a hat on her head? Yes. Where does a boot go, friends? Yes, that goes on your foot. Does Matt put a hat on his head, friends? Yes. Does Molly put a hat on the fishbowl, friends? Yes. Now we're going to do our WH and how questions. Who is cold in this story? Give you a hint. Molly, Matt, and the fish are cold. What does shivering look like? Ooh. What kind of pet is in this story? Let's see. That's right, a fish. What does Molly put on her head? That's right, a hat. What does Matt put on his head? That's right, a hat. Where does Molly put the fish's hat? On top of the fishbowl. Why doesn't she put a hat on the fish's head, friends? That's right, because the hat won't fit on the fish. It's too big and it would get wet in the fishbowl. That would be silly. Where else do fish live? Well, friends, fish live in rivers. They live in lakes, ponds. They even live in the big ocean. How do Matt, Molly, and the fish fill in the last picture? Here's a hint. That's right, friends. They are happy, very happy. That is everything we have for today's story, One Cold Fish. Thank you for joining me this week.